with Carly Barnett.
We're staying on top of a number of major stories for you tonight. Here's your top 7 at 7. Reaction is pouring in from Georgia lawmakers tonight after Governor Brian Kemp calls a rare special session that could overhaul how our state's elections are run.
There's no place for political violence, and I'm going to stand and do what's right.
Secretary Raffensperger telling reporters his run for governor is not slowing down after he says he received a multi-page manifesto and a bomb threat disrupted his campaign event. Video from our First Alert chopper shows several semi-trucks on fire at an industrial park in DeKalb County. The cause is still under investigation, but arson has not been ruled out. Georgia tax cuts are now triggering budget fallout. Governor Kemp is freezing new spending, but Democrats warn that could come at the cost of certain social services. Atlanta Fire Rescue unveiling 5 new fire engines headed to stations across the city. Leaders say the rigs add some modern technology that boosts firefighter safety, cuts maintenance, and improves response times.
It gets the relief the fastest, I think, to me.
Georgia's medical marijuana rules are expanding after Governor Kemp signed Senate Bill 220. Starting July 1st, legal cardholders can vape and dispensaries can sell vapes and whole plant products. And high above CNN's downtown Atlanta headquarters sits a hidden piece of history. Today, we got a look at Ted Turner's small apartment, offering a rare look at how he lived close to the newsroom he built. That's your top 7 at 7. For more on all of these stories, download our free Atlanta News First app.